here with reaction, Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. Senator, first, congratulations on your victory. We didn't have to give it very much attention. The people of Louisiana know a good thing when they see it. Congratulations to you. How important do you think this race is, and how do you see it unfolding?
Well, a neutral observer might point out, Sean, that President Obama came into Georgia for Ms. Stacey Abrams in her gubernatorial bid, and it didn't seem to help her very much. But if I were running Senator Warnock's campaign, I would certainly bring in President Obama before I'd bring in President Biden. As I've told you before, I don't hate anyone, but at this juncture, the Biden administration, I think, is best known for its world-class vacuity. According to the polls, most Americans wouldn't trust President Biden to salt the fries at McDonald's. Now, as to Georgia, in a 50-50 Senate, which we'll have if Mr. Walker is elected, it will be much easier to beat back the berserk wing of the Democratic Party. But it's not just about votes in the Senate. It's also about values in America, in my opinion. Herschel Walker understands that vetting people at the border is not racist. It's prudent. Herschel Walker understands that the criminals are not the good guys. They're the bad guys. Herschel Walker understands that we need to have an election day, not an election month. And Herschel Walker understands that Arlington National Cemetery contains 400,000 reasons why you should stand your ass up for the national anthem. And that's really what this election is all about. And the final point I'd make, if to the good people of Georgia, if nothing I have said has persuaded you, here's what I want you to do. Before you go to the polls, go grocery shopping, fill up your gas tank, and pay your electric bill, and then ask yourself how you ought to vote.
You know, Senator, I cannot get over the mysterious reluctance and resistance Democrats have towards making any fundamental changes when it comes to anything. Biden was asked, well, what are you going to do differently after the midterms? And his answer was nothing. Okay, so now we're going to have, what, 45% increases in areas in the country to heat their homes this winter. Gas prices now beginning their rapid climb once again. He's not tapping into the strategic petroleum reserves. We're back to what? We're going to give MBS a free pass for the killing of Jamal Khashoggi and give him immunity. Does that sound like a good idea to you? Sounds like Joe's trying to still suck up to OPEC and the Saudis and OPEC Plus for the lifeblood of our economy when we have plenty of energy right here at home.
Well, these midterm elections were not an endorsement of President Biden. These elections were an endorsement of divided government. That's what the American people want. The polls about the red wave were simply wrong. I'm not sure, for a variety of reasons, that the American people can be polled right now. But it wasn't an endorsement of President Biden, not by a long shot. It was an endorsement of divided government. And I'm going to keep getting up every day and fighting for what I think are the values and how to solve the problems that most Americans, moms and dads, worry about when they lie down to sleep at night and can't. I hope that President Biden will work with us, but I've seen no indication that he will. And I can't think of one problem in America today that the Biden administration is an answer to, Sean. I wish I didn't have to say that, but I just can't.
No, I can't think of it either. And you know who's suffering? The poor, the middle class, people on fixed incomes. And I see things getting dramatically worse before we even have a shot at making them better. Senator Kennedy, appreciate you being with us as always. Thank you, sir.